ladies and gentlemen, to MTA Holiday Havoc right here on Christmas Day, and I just want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and thank you for joining us here on the MTA YouTube channel for Holiday Havoc as we get ready to let 32 of MTA's baddest monster trucks loose for this Diecast Championship right here tonight. We have got a great show ahead of us as we get set and ready to go for round one action here to kick off Holiday Havoc. And up first in our matchups is going to be Peanut driving the Metal Militia Ford. He takes on Justin Lamb out of the Outlaw Motorsports race team, staged over in the far lane. He is in Dragon Ice, ready to go. Turned it over a couple of weeks ago on Sunday Night Madness. He is here tonight, fresh and ready to go with a brand new body. He's looking to turn up some dirt right here at Holiday Havoc. As we go green now, down the straight stretch, Peanut might have got him off the line, but Justin Lamb coming back. Peanut turns it over, and Dragon Ice gets the win here to kick off Holiday Havoc. Peanut and Metal Militia are on the trailer. Now up next in round one, Ashley Obi made it all the way to the finals at last month's event, Full Throttle. She is back in Wildflower out of Wells Motorsports, now set to take on Lee Bailey out of Pontoon Beach, Illinois, in the Barefoot Dodge, staged over here in the near lane. Both trucks ready to go as the green light drops down the straight stretch. Barefoot hanging right with Wildflower, but Ashley Obi and Wildflower pick up the win over Barefoot, but Lee Bailey will be back. He has got some big plans in 2022. Now up next in round one action, Ethan Medlin bringing Max D Ice to the line. He is set and ready to go to take on Greg Durbin in the Saigon Shaker, former two-time Thursday Night Thunder champion. Greg Durbin knows how to get the job done. The Max D Ice machine was built by the K&J race team, and now Ethan Medlin owns it in his privateer camp. As we go green now down the straight stretch, looks like Saigon Shaker pulling a lead on Max D. And Max D hanging right there with Greg Durbin, unfortunately loses out and puts himself on the trailer because Greg Durbin is on to round two. Now up next we've got Derek Dunn in the Beast Chevrolet out of the K&J race camp. He is set to take on Santa Shaggy in the Gravedigger the Legend machine out of Poplar Branch, North Carolina, or maybe just for tonight, it may be from the North Pole. Santa Shaggy ready to go, staged in the near lane, ready to take on newcomer Derek Dunn in the Beast. As we go green now, Gravedigger the Legend pulling a lead on the Beast, up and over the cars there, and Santa Shaggy going 1-0 out here on Holiday Havoc, and Gravedigger the Legend will see him back in round two. Up next, we've got Ray Acuna. He's been out here many times before, now driving the Bad News Travels Fast machine out of Elkton, Virginia. He is set to take on two-time Sunday Night Madness champion, that's Jessica Cook, staged over in the far lane in that beautiful 1941 Willys, Little Miss Dangerous. Here's the green light now off the line, down the straight stretch, they're dead even up and over the cars, and Ray Acuna in Bad News Travels Fast puts Little Miss Dangerous on the trailer early here tonight. He's on to round two. Next up in round one action, it's the bad boy himself, Johnny Retlaw, bringing the Excaliber Chevrolet to the line. He has took home a couple wins out there on Sunday Night Madness as well. He is set to take on new kid on the block, Blake Mahoney out of Hagerstown, Maryland. He is staged over here in the near lane in Overkill Evolution. Ford and Chevrolet now off to a good start down the straight stretch. Evo's got a lead on him, but Excaliber coming back. And I'm not too sure who picked up the win when they came across the finish line. Overkill had a lead on him from the start, but Excaliber was making a comeback. Your winner here at the MTA photo finish is going to be Johnny Retlaw and Excaliber by about half a tire, taking home the win. Now next up, Mike Canzoneri brings the Buckshot Chevrolet to the line out of Culpeper, Virginia. He is set to take on Johnson Motorsports' very own Pro Camino. That's Aiden Johnson, staged over there in the far lane. He wants to get his first big win out here on the MTA circuit, but he's got to knock off Buckshot here in round one. As we go green now, Buckshot got him off the line. The Chevrolet pulling up Bro Camino up and over the cars, and Bro Camino way out of shape over there in the far lane. And the Chevrolet out of Culpeper, Virginia, Mike Canzoneri and Buckshot are in round two. Next up here in round one, Fifi Karis in the Avenger Chevrolet out of Columbus, Michigan, now set to take on Jalen Buford in the USA 1 Chevrolet out of Outlaw Motorsports, the Chevrolet now out of Minnesota. He is set to take on the other Chevrolet out of Michigan. Both trucks staged at the line, which Bowtie moves on to round two action. Stage now as we go green. Both of them hard off the line. USA 1 pulling a lead. Avenger trying to come back on him. USA 1 turns it over. And Fifi in the Avenger Chevrolet get the win, and we'll move on into round two action. Unbelievable crash by Jalen Buford. The USA 1 machine is upside down. As they come down the straight stretch, Jalen had the lead on him, but watch Fifi flying high in Avenger. And look at the far lane. Jalen Buford goes end over end there towards the end of the finish line. What an incredible race. Laying it all on the line. Unfortunately for Jalen Buford and USA 1 and Outlaw Motorsports, the USA 1 Chevrolet is out of competition. There you see snapped off the left front tire. They got a lot of work to do if they plan to bring USA 1 back in the near future. Tough break for them, but up next in round 1, we have got Aaron Church out of Sky High Racing. He is set to take on Carson Wells out of Wells Motorsports. He's driving the Devastator Chevrolet. Aaron Church staged over in the far lane. He's bringing Bakugan Dragonoid to the line, ready to knock off Devastator. Who's it going to be as we go green? Hard off the line now. Devastator pulling a lead on him. Dragonoid's in trouble, but he comes back and gets the win. Carson Wells gets crossed up there in no man's land, gets into the track divider, and Dragonoid is in round 2 competition. Devastator's going home. Up next in round 1, Matt Dempsey, staged now in the Nightmare Chevrolet. He is set to take on Timothy Cantwell out here debuting his brand new ride out of Outlaw Motorsports, the Bounty Hunter Ford out of Tonganoxie, Kansas. Who's going to take it on to round 2 action? Ford versus Chevrolet. Nightmare versus Bounty Hunter. Here's the green light now. Nightmare got him up the line. Bounty Hunter trying to play catch up. And Timothy Cantwell with a bad fast pass in the brand new Ford Bounty Hunter. Looking fast out here tonight. Knocks off Nightmare here in round 1. What an incredible race. But up next, Jason Cook bringing the brand new King Sling to the line. He is set to take on Joey Andrews, who was recently released by Wells Motorsports. K&J Race Team picked him up, put him in this brand new Black Stallion Ford. He is set and ready to go. The King Sling machine in the far lane's going down to the Diecast Monster Truck Outlaw soon. We're going to see what he can do right here tonight. There's the green light down the straight, holding the lead on Black Stallion, but Joey Andrews coming back in the brand new Black Stallion Ford out of K&J Racing. Puts King Sling on the trailer early. What a race that was. But up next, Ryan Johnson, the wild man in Brodozer out of Johnson Motorsports Race Camp. He is set to take on newcomer to Wells Motorsports. That is Corey Marvin, who recently left Digger's Diecast Race Team. He's got a brand new ride as well, debuting here tonight in the Northern Nightmare. There's the green light now, both of them hard on the line. Marvin's got a lead on Johnson up and over the cars here. And oh my word, that was a close race. Johnson tried to come back on him in the end, and I'm not sure if he came up with it all the way. We're going down to a photo finish to take a look, and oh my word, Ryan Johnson barely getting the win. Brodozer's into round 2. Now next up in round 1 action, Kieran Adams out of the K&J Race Camp bringing Crash Test Dummy to the line. He is set to take on another new kid on the block out here. That is second generation driver Ethan Wagner in the brand new Cyclops Chevrolet staged over there in the far lane. Who goes on to round 2? Here's the green light now. They're both off to a good start. Dead even up and over no man's land. And Kieran Adams turns it over. Right there coming across the line. Trying to outrun Cyclops. Ethan Wagner was hanging right there with him. Kieran Adams knew he had to let it all hang out. Rolls the truck over there in the shutdown area. Kieran Adams upside down. They have got him out the truck. He is A-OK. But is the truck okay to come back for round 2 action? We're going to have to find out later on here tonight. Nonetheless, Ethan Wagner hanging right there with him there in round 1. And up next, we have got Jason Craddock bringing BKT to the line. He is set and ready to take on the outlaw Joshua Wells, 2-time Thursday Night Thunder champion. He's looking for his first big championship out here on the MTA circuit right here tonight in the Gravedigger. Both trucks stays at the line as we get set to go green now. Looks like Gravedigger got him up the line, but Jason Craddock coming back. What a wheel stand by Gravedigger in the far lane, and Jason Craddock riding the Jersey wall, picking up the win over Gravedigger. Now next up here in round 1, that's downtown Mitch Brown, who took home his 6th Thursday Night Thunder Championship this past Thursday. They have got the Bigfoot Ford dialed in over at the Outlaw Motorsports. However, in the near lane out of Johnson Motorsports, that's Chantel Bailey in the West Virginia Mountaineer. Two bad big blue Fords going to go at it here down the straight stretch. Looks like they're pretty even up and over no man's land. Bigfoot's out of shape, and Chantel Bailey in the West Virginia Mountaineer getting the big win for Johnson Motorsports here in round 1. Problems for Bigfoot, but up next, James Valencourt in the Liquidator Ford out of the K&J Race Camp. He is set to take on a longtime rival. That's 9-time Thunder champion Rich Wagner in the Wild Hair Chevrolet out of Wells Motorsports, staged over in the far lane. Ford versus Chevrolet in round one. Here's the green light now. Two old-time veterans going at it. Up and over the cars here. And Rich Wagner and Wild Hair puts James Valancourt and Liquidator on the trailer. It looks like Wells Motorsports and Rich Wagner had the Wild Hair Chevrolet set on kill right here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll wrap up round one action here at Holiday Havoc. We have got a bunch more racing yet to go. Round two action's coming up next, and I want to thank you guys for sticking with us right here on the MTA YouTube channel on Christmas night. Thank you guys for your support, because we're kicking off round two action of Holiday Havoc right here, right now. No commercials. We are set and ready to go for round two at Holiday Havoc. Up first, we've got Justin Lamb in the Dragon Ice out of Outlaw Motorsports. He is set to take on Wells Motorsports driver Ashley Obie in the Wildflower, staged over here in the near lane. Both trucks look bad fast in round one action. A lot of drivers are favoring that left lane. We're going to see what happens here in round two. Here's the green light now. Dragon Ice and Wildflower down the straight. Justin's got a lead on her, and Ashley Obie coming back in the Wildflower in the shutdown area. She gets the win, knocking off Dragon Ice at Holiday Havoc. Next up in round two, we have got two-time Thunder champion Greg Durbin and Saigon Shaker. He's coming back to the line, set and ready to take on Santa Shaggy from the North Pole or Poplar Branch, North Carolina. However you want to wing it here tonight, he is set and ready to go in Gravedigger the Legend, staged over in the far lane. Who goes on to round three? Staged now as we go green. Hard off the line, looks like Gravedigger the Legend's got a lead, but Saigon coming back on him. And by barely inches, Greg Durbin and Saigon Shaker knock off Santa Shaggy here in round two action. Up next in round two, we have got Ray Acuna out of Elkton, Virginia, and Bad News travels fast. And let me tell you about traveling fast, because he looked wicked fast there in round one. And so did Johnny Retlaw, the bad boy himself, over in the far lane in the Excaliber Chevrolet. He is ready to go, trying to knock off Bad News here in round two. There's the green light now. Two bad bow ties going down the straight stretch, up and over no man's land. Excaliber's way out of shape, and Ray Acuna and Bad News travels fast edges his spot in the round three competition. Up next in round two, Fifi Kairis, who looked bad fast and Avenger in round one, now set to take on Buckshot out of Culpeper, Virginia. That's Mike Canzoneri doing the driving behind the wheel here tonight. Both drivers would want nothing more than to get their first big-time championship out here on the MTA circuit, but only one is going to move on to round three competition. Here's the green light now. Both Chevrolets off to a great start. Fifi with a huge lead, but Buckshot coming back and loses the body there a little bit coming across the finish line. However, Mike Canzoneri and Buckshot move on to round three competition. Next up here in round two, that's Aaron Church and Dragonoid back to the line again. He is set and ready to take on Timothy Cantwell and Bounty Hunter, who made his debut run in that brand new truck last round, and he looked wicked fast in that brand new ride. However, Aaron Church knows what it takes to get the job done. Here's the green light now. Both trucks off to a good start. Door handle to door handle, up and over the cars here. And Timothy Cantwell and Bounty Hunter gets the win over Aaron Church's Sky High Racing's Dragonoid. Up next here in round two competition, Joey Andrews bringing back the Black Stallion Ford out of the K&J Race Camp. Looks strong in round one. He's got his hands full here in round two, because that's Wildman Ryan Johnson staged over in the far lane, and he ain't cutting no slack for anybody. He's looking for his fourth big championship win on the MTA circuit. Both trucks staged now as we go green. Both trucks hard off the line now. Joey Andrews pulling a lead on Brodozer, and Black Stallion gets the win. What an upset here in round two as they collide in the shutdown area. Joey Andrews moves on to round three. And next up, another representative out of the K&J Race Camp, Kieran Adams, back behind the wheel of Crash Test Dummy. Turned it over there in round one. The crew seems to think the truck is back and ready to go here in round two. He's set to take on Jason Craddock in the far lane. BKT, there's the green light now. Kieran got him off the line, up and over no man's land here. And Jason Craddock and BKT coming back on him in the end. He puts BKT in the round three competition, knocking off Crash Test Dummy. And up next here in round two, Rich Wagner returns in the Wild Hair Chevrolet, ready to take on Chantel Bailey in the Ford West Virginia Mountaineer, staged over there in the far lane. Johnson Motorsports set to take on Wells Motorsports. This one's for bragging rights here in round two. As we go green now down the straight stretch, the Chevrolet pulling on the Ford. What a wheel stand, and Wagner turns it over. What a ride! Rich Wagner in the Wild Hair Chevrolet turns the truck over, trying to run out Chantel Bailey in the West Virginia Mountaineer. What an incredible and spectacular crash as you see them both come off the line down the straight stretch. Witch Ragnar in the Wild Hair Chevrolet starts to pull, and watch him up and over the first jump, pogos it on the rear, goes end over end right there across the finish line, getting the job done. But is the truck hurt to come back for round 3 competition? And taking a look at it now, the MTA track crew and officials are down there going to try and roll him back over. He's out the truck. He's at 100%, maybe a little shaken up, and you can already see where the axle housing may have came apart. We aren't sure if Wild Hair is going to come back here tonight. They've got a little bit of thrashing to do. It may not be as bad as it seems. Hopefully we'll see them back here in round 3 at Holiday Havoc. And that is coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. We've got round 3 coming up. And I want to remind you, coming up on January 29th, 2021, 32 of MTA's baddest monster trucks will be competing for the Revenge Championship at the end of January. And we're back here now with Holiday Havoc as we kick off round 3 competition. And up to the line first is Ashley Obi coming back in the Wildflower Machine. She is set to take on Greg Durbin in the Saigon Shaker staged over there in the far lane. Both these trucks and drivers have been running fast all night long. Who's going on the semis? Here's the green light now down the straight stretch. Looks like Wildflower's got a slight lead up and over the cars here. And Ashley Obi and Wildflower for Wells Motorsports gets the win over Saigon Shaker. Up next here in round 3, it's going to be a battle of Virginia trucks. 2 Chevrolets coming to the line. The Bad News Chevrolet coming out of Elkton, Virginia. And over in the far lane, that's the Buckshot Chevrolet. He's coming out of Culpeper, Virginia. Which Virginia Chevrolet moves on to the semifinal competition here at Holiday Havoc? Both trucks staged. Here's the green light now. Buckshot got him off the line. Bad News trying to come back on him. Up and over the cars. And Ray Acuna has got Bad News dialed in here tonight, putting the Chevrolet in semifinal competition here at Holiday Havoc. Up next here in round 3, Joey Andrews looking strong all night in his brand new ride out of the K&J Race Camp. Black Stallion staged over in the far lane. He is set to take on Timothy Cantwell out of Outlaw Motorsports in that brand new Bounty Hunter Ford Expedition out of Tonganoxie, Kansas. 2 Fords going to go at it. 2 brand new trucks going down the straight stretch now. Bounty Hunter's holding the lead on Black Stallion up and over the cars. What an incredibly close race. They came across the finish line hanging door handle to door handle, and I'm not sure who picked up the win. We have got to go back and take a look at the MTA replay, and it's going to be Timothy Cantwell and Bounty Hunter by about half a truck moving on to semis. Now up next here in round 3 competition, Jason Craddock and PKT coming to the line. He takes on a hurt Wild Hair Chevrolet as Rich Wagner turned it over there in the last round. End over end, the crew has got it back to the best of its abilities here in round 3. As we go green now, who's going to take it on the semis? Wagner's got a lead on him, but PKT coming back. Wagner got way out of shape there in no man's land. PKT picks up the win here at Holiday Havoc, and now we are down to 4 trucks as we kick off the semifinals. We started with 32. We are now down to 4. Ray Acuna and Bad News set to take on Ashley Obi and Wildflower staged over in the far lane. These trucks are dialed in here tonight. We are now down to 4. Again, we started with 32. Who's going to take it to the finals? Wildflower, Bad News as we go green now down the straight stretch. They're dead even. Bad News starting to pull a little bit of a lead. Ashley Obi's in trouble. And Ray Acuna and Bad News travels fast, puts the Chevrolet in the finals here at Holiday Havoc. Who's he going to meet there? Is it going to be Jason Craddock and PKT? Or is it going to be Timothy Cantwell out of Outlaw Motorsports in that brand new Bounty Hunter staged over here in the near lane? Both trucks have been running strong all night long and they're being consistent. Who meets Bad News in the finals? As we go green now down the straight stretch, PKT holding the lead out, but Bounty Hunter's coming back on a PKT. Turns it over in the shutdown area. Jason Craddock trying to hang right there with Bounty Hunter, rocked up and rolled over going across the finish line. We are taking another look at it because Jason Craddock had Timothy Cantwell off the line. You see him fly high right here over no man's land, and that's where the Ford horsepower and Bounty Hunter comes into play, and Timothy Cantwell gets the win, moving on to the finals, and this is what we all come to see. It's final time here at Holiday Havoc. We started with 32 trucks. We are now down to 2. Ray Acuna has been out here on the MTA circuit for quite some time. Finally in the finals in a truck he has dialed in. Bad News over in the far lane. Timothy Cantwell debuted this brand new truck for Outlaw Motorsports right here tonight. Who's going to take home the win? Bad News, Bounty Hunter. It's showtime here at Holiday Havoc down the straight stretch. They're up and over no man's land. And Cantwell, Timothy Cantwell in the brand new Bounty Hunter out of Outlaw Motorsports puts bad news away here in the finals at Holiday Havoc. As we go back and take a look at the MTA replay, Bounty Hunter looked like he got him by a little bit off the line. Ray Acuna in the far lane trying to hang right there with Bounty Hunter, but it was just too much for him to handle. Bounty Hunter's been running smooth all night long here tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, your Holiday Havoc champion here tonight out of Outlaw Motorsports in his brand new truck, Timothy Cantwell in Bounty Hunter. And ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible night of racing here at Holiday Havoc. I want to thank you all for coming out and spending your Christmas night right here with the MTA family. I want to remind you that January 29th, 32 of MTA's baddest trucks are going to do it again for the Revenge Championship. Thank you all for coming out here for Holiday Havoc tonight. We wish you a Merry Christmas from all of us at MTA. Thank you guys for your support. Be sure, if you haven't already, crush that subscribe button, and I'll catch you down the road. Merry Christmas. See you next time.